What's up, guys, and welcome to another episode of Dirtationoffroad. So today we're chilling with Papa Vic, and we have another product install review. Jeremy from 813 Fabrication sent us a bunch of Molle panels that I know you guys have seen this posted during King of the Hammers. I did the one for the tailgate, and I absolutely love it. It has nice grip. I haven't mounted anything quite yet because I'm still, getting them over the mail and whatnot. But we do have the rest of the setup, so I wanted to make sure that you guys saw what he carries. A lot of this stuff is Gladiator specific, but you guys can check out his website and see what else he carries. So yeah, we're gonna go through it. It'll be a couple installs. As I open them up, I'll show you what they look like, where they go. I do appreciate the fact that he labels everything really nicely, and it tells you exactly how much and where you're gonna use it and all that good stuff. So I'm gonna open them up, and then I'll show you what they look like as we do the install. So we're gonna have an under the hood filter plate, an ARB twin compressor mount, the Molle panel for the tailgate, underneath switch. So a lot of the Jeeps have this. So this one's not Gladiator specific. I think any JL could use this too. Under the hood compressor plate, and then another cab side Molle panel. So that one's pretty sweet. I can't wait to put that one on, and then we'll start mounting stuff to it so you guys can see what it looks like. We're gonna get into it. 813 Molle panel install. Let's get it. All right, team, so we're gonna get into the first install. The first one will be the Molle panel cab side. So this is obviously cab side, and all it is 4 bolts. So because we have the rail system, he actually gave us these let's see what they look like. These like separators that you use to push out on it, so that way it doesn't affect the rail system. But yeah, we're gonna mount that up. I'm gonna remove that though, because we're gonna create some holes and put nice bracketing, so that way we can use the holes at the bottom. But other than that, yeah, we're gonna get to it. We're gonna remove that, clean it up a little bit, and then reinstall the whole thing together. So I'll show you if there's any other bigger processes, but it's pretty simple. There's like 2 steps. You remove the bolts, and then you just kind of put them back in. So once that's all put in and said, I'll show you what the final product looks like. So, and then we'll move on to the next one. I'm just gonna make it one video kind of reviewing 2 or 3 of his mounts. We don't have an ARB compressor just yet. Stay tuned, and I'll show you soon. So there's gonna be 2. If the audio's kind of weird, it's because I'm underneath this full setup here. But if you do have the Mopar setup, then you'll have to remove this. I actually already mounted it, so mine comes with Torx. So we'll remove it. I'm gonna clean behind it, and then you stuff it pretty much behind this so it looks nice, clean, and factory. And then also, if you don't have this though, it'll be a lot easier because you just remove the little plastic retainers. There's like 2 bolts, and then this whole thing comes off. So but yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I'm gonna take this off, and then I'll show you what it looks like installed. All right, team, so the next step, I already removed it. I'm gonna go back there and clean it. What you want to do is you're gonna mount these rubber bump stops that they give you. It actually has like a nut in the inside, so you screw that in, and it goes just like that. So that way when this is mounted, it gives you that space, and it prevents it from hitting your actual paint and cab. So I'm gonna mount all 3 of those, and then I'll go and test fit it back there. So keep it locked. I'll show you guys in a little bit. So it's all mounted. I haven't put all the screws in yet, but I just want to show you what it looks like when it's finally on. If you do have the Mopar rail system, all you have to do is take the bolts off and just slide it underneath, and then put 1 bolt back on to kind of hold it in place. And then you could kind of line it up however you want, depending if you want it a little bit more this way or that way. I just centered it with this bushing right here, and yeah, but it looks fresh. 813, and then we'll be mounting some stuff to it, so that way you guys can see what that looks like. But yeah, all you have to do is put the 4 bolts back on, and installation is complete. Give us a second. I'm gonna bolt everything else back on, and then I'll show you how stiff it looks and all that. So look at these little rubber things are to stop it from hitting. So once you bolt this thing down, it'll hold everything nice and tight. But love it, and we're gonna finish it up. So that's the final product. There's the Molle panel for the rear, and here's a Molle panel for the tailgate. But yeah, those 2 are installed. We're gonna move on to the next piece. I'll show you what that looks like, and then we're gonna see where it goes. I think it's the one underneath the seat, so we'll switch that out here shortly and show you it. So, but that's fire. This one's fire. Get you some. So the next thing we're gonna be replacing is, let me get a flashlight. It's gonna be this box. So we're gonna replace this box. If you Jeep guys know, the JLs and JTs come like this. But basically this is where you put your hardware when you remove the tops. But we're gonna replace it with a much nicer setup. It's this bracket right here, and then the top looks just like that. So the 813 Fab one is just a lot nicer. We're gonna replace that, and then it also has so you can put your switch here, and then your air hoses here if you want to. So that way when you do line up the ARB compressor mount in the rear of this seat, it lines up all together. So basically the first step is you're going to remove this little foam piece out of here, and it's going to expose the 2 bolts that are here. So we're going to remove those 2, and then we'll show you what to do next. Well, basically this one just pulls out, this whole thing comes out, and then we're going to use these 2 locations as mount So give me a second and I'll remove that real quick. What you're gonna do is you're gonna use 10mm socket and you're gonna remove these two, and then what you're gonna do is just gonna pull this back. It'll pop out just like that, and you're gonna use these two as your mounting points for the first bracket. This beautiful 813. You're gonna set it up just like that, and then you're gonna install it. So we're gonna take a look at it right now. But yeah, what you're gonna use is two of the holes, and you're gonna use the factory mounting bolts also. So give me a second, we're gonna get this ready. I'm gonna clean this up. All right, team, so we're gonna take the first mounting bracket that's gonna go in here, and you're gonna set it down just like that. You'll see that you're only gonna use these two, not the third one. So you're gonna set it down right there just like that. Get it out of the way of this one, and then what you want to do is you're going to use the factory hardware, set it in there. Excuse that it's a little dark in here. You set that in there, and then when you screw this middle one, you don't want to like press on it or tighten it too hard, because you don't want the bracket to bend in the middle. So I'm going to set that up and then I'll show you guys. So this is the final product. Once it's on, one good thing to point out that I didn't mention earlier is these bolts that they give you. There's 3 long ones and 1 shorty. The shorty goes on this corner. It's for clearance issues, so just make sure you put the short one here. It's all in his instructions. I try to rush through it without reading them, so make sure you read that so you don't miss it. Everything lines up exactly. I had extra bolts that I took off when I was my rooftop and whatnot, so those are all there. They all fit. You can put the switch here, air checks here, and it's awesome. So I don't have anything mounted to it quite yet, but we will. So this is the 813 underseat switch air chuck hardware plate. So it's pretty install, and it gets rid of your little factory box that's I mean real plastically and whatnot, but it looks dope. So that's the install for that. I'm gonna check out the other two and see if we can get those installed today, and we'll make it all part of this video. But so far so good. Shout out to Jeremy for sending these out. I love them so far. So see you guys in a little bit. All right, so before I move on, I wanted to show you how I installed this real quick, because it is on. What you're gonna do is you're gonna take the bolts that are already on the stock tailgate. They're black bolts. They come out of here, here, and here, and here. He provides the hardware to remove them, and then the new hardware to install them. So it comes with these stainless steel bolts, and then it has a spacer in between, and then the the washer on top. So it's pretty easy. There's 8 of them. I'll show you what they look like off. So it's a Torx. They look like that, and then you put the ones that he gives you with the Allen back in the hole, and it gives it a little space too, so that way it doesn't hit your tailgate, and it's pretty nice. That one's on, that one's on, the under the seat is on, and then we're gonna look at what else he sent us, and then we'll start installing that stuff. All right, team, so we installed those 3 Molle panels, and I looked back at what else he sent us, and instead of installing this without the ARB compressor, I'm just gonna show you, give you a quick walk around, because if I do install them, I just have to remove them to install the compressor back on here. But these are sweet. I just want to show you the brackets that he does make. So this one in particular right here, it's the underhood compressor plate. Basically this mounts onto the engine bay, and again, you guys can look this up on his page, and you can see that, you know, with the instructions and everything, it gives you exact how to do it and whatnot. But see how the compressor goes on it. It's easier to put the compressor on it first and then mount it afterwards. So we're not going to do it yet because I don't have an ARB. They're back ordered and really hard to get. So that's that. And then this is the one that goes behind the driver's side seat for you guys that have JTs. And I think the JL is exactly the same. This plate, you mount the compressor up to here, and then you put it inside, and then that way you can run the hoses down to that other part that we installed, and you'll be fire there. So but that's that mount, and all of them are finished super nice. They all have his logo on it. They're pretty sweet and pretty basic, pretty easy to install. And then he also has these under the hood remote air chuck switch plates. So there's this one, you can do your switch here and both your chucks there, and then this is the one for the filter plate. So he makes all these plates, and then he also has, if you do not have a bed rack like mine, he also has the 2 sides that go on each side, so you can have the whole bed covered in Molle panels if you want to mount that many things. I actually wished I had this one, but because of the mount and the way that I have my setup, it's a little tough to put it in. We're gonna put these 2 Molle panels to use. I'll probably put an axe back there and a shovel up here, and then that way when I load up the rest of my stuff, those things are not moving around. So but everything is finished nice with this black wrinkle paint, and they're all cut really nice. So if you're looking for a setup for a JT, and some of these parts should fit in the JL, hit up 813 Fabrications, tell them Dirtnation sent you. Jeremy is the owner, fabricator, all the above. If you hit him up on DM on Instagram, he's really fast about replying. Check them out if you're looking for anything, and if you have any questions for us, drop it down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, make sure to check out our Patreon. And yeah, we'll show you some pictures on Instagram. So make sure you follow me at Dirtationoffroad George, and you'll see what I mount on these Molle racks. So thank you again. We'll see you next time.